Yo guys, it's slyroh. You already know that today we are back playing some more Master Detective Archive Rain Code. We are continuing on in the Mystery Labyrinth. We need to try and figure out how did the Doctor plan to escape Conai Ward. I don't know. But we're going to need a solution key to help open one of these things. So, I mean, the only thing that did happen was there was a blackout, right? I think this is the place to start. I don't know if this is it or not. Alright, let's at least look at what we have in terms of our options. Maybe that'll help jog something. Alright, so this has diagrams of a person being splashed with sulfuric acid. Yeah, what was the Doctor trying to do? And then we have stored food. And then the lab map. None of these actually seem to fit with the blackout. Let me look. Swapping places. Oh, okay, wait. There's different solution keys depending on which one we pick. Alright, hold on. So, the airlock decontamination device. Stab wounds in the back. The Doctor's notes. Rendering the victim unrecognizable. Did he want somebody to come in so that way he could kill them? And then try to escape, thinking that... like, trying to pose as the victim, like fake his own death type deal? Is that something? These two sort of correspond. Unrecognizable, swapping places. I'm gonna have to try this. I want to see. Because it seems... possible? We'll see.
Oh, the door actually opened.
The door did open, which is a good sign.
I knew I could let Yuma handle it.
Are you sure you aren't a phantom?
I'm not sure that Vivi is not a phantom. Honestly. He could be. Alright, I think I chose right. Alright, this is getting very wild and interesting. There's no way that this would be wrong.
So the Doctor tried to swap places with someone else to escape from Amaterasu.
Yo, tell me he hired the hitman to kill himself and then he was just gonna lure the hitman in and then kill the hitman and it just didn't work right. Yeah, I think that has to be it. I feel somehow he must have given somebody the ability to get into the lab and then was planning on killing whoever it was, but it just didn't go that way.
The notes he left behind in the lab.
But who knows?
Plan.
You mean the diagram with the sulfuric acid being poured on someone?
Yeah, he was going to swap places with a corpse, then melt it with acid. He wanted to disfigure it beyond recognition. That's how he planned to fake his own death.
Okay, no. I'm like... So, I remember getting a solution key for Fubuki's, like, time powers. And I was like, what if the Doctor did kill, the other person, and then we rewound time, and then in the confusion of, like, wait, this is weird, the intruder actually, like, realized what was happening? I don't even know if that would be how it works, especially since they generally can't even tell the time has been rewound. But, like, why else was that a solution key? I don't know. Now I'm just starting to think wild thoughts.
It'd buy him enough time to escape Conai Ward. Or so he thought.
Wow! Melting a corpse with sulfuric acid?
Yeah, I'm sure you love that.
So cool and grotesque! So who was the substitute supposed to be?
Maybe the hitman.
Maybe.
The Doctor was under surveillance by Amaterasu, but he was still looking for a chance to escape. When he learned a hitman was after him, he figured his chance had arrived. The Doctor was hoping to use the security system to kill the hitman and use the body as a decoy.
Yo, would be? It's definitely not because we were able to clearly see the face. But what if we actually found out that the body we found wasn't even the Doctor, and the Doctor did successfully escape? That would be a wild twist, but unfortunately, I don't think that's the case now.
Now that I think about it, the Doctor did seem to be waiting for the hitman to arrive.
The hitman hasn't arrived yet. When will he show up? Don't tell me this so-called first-rate hitman was captured by peacekeepers.
But the hitman never did show up. That's why the doctor had a sudden change of plans.
And that was the act he put on by asking you, who are you?
Oh, interesting.
Perhaps that was a trap to lure you in.
Okay, but like, if he kills Yuma, I don't care how much sulfuric acid you're putting on somebody, there's no way that anybody would mistake Yuma's body for the doctor's.
He was trying to lure Master?
He considered taking advantage of the detectives, since the hitman never showed up. So if he called for help, he would charge into the lab, not knowing anything about the security system, and thereby acquire the corpse he needed as his decoy.
That seems overly complicated. Like those guys who overthink asking girls out?
Yeah, I'm not sure how that plan would have worked. Also, if he really wanted us in, why wouldn't he,
Just another researcher. Someone would have noticed their absence.
yeah, why wouldn't he turn off the security power if he really wanted somebody coming in, though?
People from outside to pull it off.
Okay, I thought it was over this way. I think they zoomed into where it was, and I was, like, kind of paying attention. Oh, it is just straight ahead. Just like most things in the Mystery Labyrinth. It's still nice to look at the surroundings. Alright, let's go to the restricted area.
So if I didn't know about the security and had rushed into the lab...
You'd be a super sexy skeleton right now.
Oh, like, oh. The doctor would have just let me die to the poison or whatever. And then after he has a corpse, then he sprays the acid on it to like make it unrecognizable. Okay, I guess that makes sense. Though, again, a huge size difference between me and the doctor makes me feel like that would not have worked.
You want that?
But the doctor's plan failed, and he actually got boom killed by the hitman. I get what he was trying to do, but what about the impossible murder?
Assuming the attack on the doctor was just an act when we saw him through the intercom, we at least know for sure the real attack hadn't happened yet.
In other words, the culprit entered the lab after that exchange.
Mm-hmm.
So the problem is, when did they actually enter?
I'm getting more and more convinced that they must have entered right behind Amapal. Like, they were behind us the whole time when we were, like, solving the room or whatever.
Where are
What is this art style?
This place is a real mystery. Then again, I suppose that checks out.
Huh? Shinigami?
Yeah! Master, this looks like an important turning point! So, is that your final answer?
I haven't said anything yet!
The culprit entered the lab before Amapal. I think we're about to get our answer.
Master, you need to narrow down the timing for when the culprit got inside. Now then, here's our fateful fork in the road. It's life or death. We are at the crossroads of mystery and solution. This earth-shattering choice may be your last. Now, Master, which one will you choose?
I think we know what's got to be chosen here. Before Amapal? No. Tell me I'm right. Oh, what? Aw. Oh, they did. Man, I was really thought that, like, as a game, it would be more exciting to have the twist be that the culprit, like, followed you in, knocked Amapal over so they couldn't see him commit the crime. It was too good to be true. But now we still need to figure out how the culprit got in there, then.
When I directed Amapal to go into the doctor's lab, he already had a knife stuck in
Wait a minute. All right, I think I could be right. So I think. All right, here we go. I think I got this. So the culprit did follow Amapal through disabling the security system. However, when Amapal hit the button to open the final door after like the last room, they made a special note that the door was taking like a while to open up, right? And while that door was like opening up and taking all that time, the culprit could have gone in, stabbed the doctor, and then like waited for the actual Amapal to come in and then kick him over and then like run out, hide in the decontamination thing. Yeah, I think that has to be it.
Which means he was murdered before Amapal entered the doctor's lab.
Okay.
Your answer?
Well, that one has to be correct because you already told me the other one's wrong, so.
Is correct! Congratulations, Master! Would you like to double down?
How am I doubling down?
What are you talking about? Anyway, let's keep going.
What a weird change in art style. That was really cool, though. But okay. Things are starting to come together, weirdly enough. This is still a very complicated, weird crime.
We're narrowing
But
down when the culprit entered.
it is coming together.
Yeah, but we still don't know how yet. It had to be between when we spoke to the doctor over the intercom and when Amapal entered his lab.
Uh-huh.
During that time, the culprit entered the doctor's lab and murdered him.
Yes.
So the most likely time would be when you went to borrow Amapal, Master. The culprit had to have entered the lab then.
But Fubuki waited.
Yeah, okay, Fubuki was on guard then.
You and I went to borrow Amapal. She said no one entered or left the lab.
Yeah, that's a bit of a conundrum then, isn't it? I have to be right about this now. I just have to. Come on, give me a choice. Give me some way to like break through this.
Huh? We're back on the original path.
Maybe you're supposed to try opening that door now.
I'm sure that from here on out, it's not just about when, but also how the culprit got in. Yuma, there's no need to push yourself if things get too hard.
Nah, I got this.
No, I can do it. I'm going to solve it.
Alright, give me the question. Where was the culprit before the crime? Be more specific.
A map of the critical lab.
So we have to determine where the culprit was before the murder.
We'll have to solve them one at a time. Let's start with this mystery.
If we know where the culprit was before they got in, this route will be clear too. Do you know where, Yuma?
So, okay. Before the crime was committed, I thought they would be outside. So, the next best location would be the decontamination device. They could have hid in there, followed Amapal, because like they weren't hiding anywhere here. So it's either here or like in the room or like outside, but outside isn't an option. So this has to be it, I think.
The culprit must have been here.
Okay, and I think this is right. Let's go, let's go! We are making progress today.
Intercom, given there was always a detective at the front chamber. When we went to borrow Amapal, the culprit had to have already made their way inside.
How long were they waiting in the decontamination device? Did they like overhear us and just assume that we would like do it? Like, interesting.
But the airlock is the only location that isn't affected by the security system.
Yeah, it's just so weird. I'm just trying to think like how long was the culprit there and how long were they willing to wait there? Like, did they know that we were going to get in somehow? Like, how would they know that?
There. The culprit had to be inside that decontamination device before committing the crime.
Alright, let's move forward, I guess. Oh boy.
And I thought he was just hiding in there to avoid being spotted after the crime.
I think it's both.
So you think the culprit was in there before the crime too?
Yeah, the culprit was waiting for their chance. But we had no idea when we sent Amapal into the airlock.
And
Oh, what was that
from
flash
there,
of light?
Yuma, you guided Amapal to the doctor's lab.
Sure did.
So the culprit entered the doctor's lab before then? How would that be possible?
If only there was a very slow opening door
Amapal could get past security.
that blocked Amapal's vision into the lab.
Yeah, that's the next big question.
Everything's falling apart.
Maybe the culprit used another Amapal unit.
No, The researcher mentioned there was only one functioning Amapal.
Which means the Amapal Yuma controlled was the only one that could get past security.
So the culprit must have taken advantage of Master's Amapal to get into the doctor's lab.
There we go.
Yeah, that's the only way. But how did they use it? There's no solving the doctor's murder until we figure that out.
Well, I think I figured it out. You just got to give me the chance.
I have an idea. Will you hear me out?
Is your idea the same as my idea?
What is it?
How about
I don't know.
giving up?
That would be your idea.
I'm getting tired.
Nope, motion denied.
All right. Come on, give me what I want. Give me some way to prove that the culprit just followed Amapal in.
Another fork in
Kind
the
of.
road? Such a complicated mystery labyrinth.
Yes, but I think it's all clicking. Dude, you have sliced my neck so many times in this labyrinth. How did the culprit use Amapal?
Beyond each problem lies the truth. We're definitely getting closer to the heart of this mystery.
As a weapon, as a shield? Kind of both. I think as a shield is closer to what I'm envisioning. Yeah, okay. Here we go.
Huh? What do you mean, use Amapal as a shield?
Amapal is supposed to be sturdy enough to withstand an elephant stepping on it, right?
Uh-huh.
The culprit may have used Amapal as a shield against the security system.
So, the culprit followed behind Amapal to avoid the toxic gas and explosion?
Yes.
I get it! You're so smart, Master!
I'm definitely on the right track here.
Really? I don't think so.
Like those two doors coming up.
Master just showed off how smart and logical he is.
Okay. Whoa. That's scary.
Master wasn't smart after all! Come on, take it from the top!
Okay, toxic gas can be bypassed with Amapal. Yes.
It's gonna crush us!
What? I hit the button, huh? Did I hit the wrong one?
It's gonna crush us!
Guess the answer is no? Am I reading the question wrong? The toxic gas can be bypassed with Amapal. I don't understand what it's asking, man.
Yeah, even if Amapal itself is fine, it wouldn't be able to protect the culprit from the toxic gas.
Okay. Alright, so they're saying that... Alright, yeah. Alright, I guess the question was asking the culprit was able to use Amapal to not get the toxic gas, like, in, like, their own skin. But alright, I guess that wouldn't happen. But I thought maybe if you stayed in the airlock, like, you'd be fine. The high voltage shocks can be bypassed with Amapal. So I guess this is also going to be a no, because you can't protect yourself, but you can watch from afar.
Even though Amapal is sturdy, it couldn't withstand the high voltage shock from the panel chamber.
Well, actually, the high voltage, that Amapal couldn't even do that. We just had to keep turning back time. So that one is just like a full-on no in every way. Alright, I just didn't really understand exactly what was being asked there. Oh,
Which
interesting.
means it'd be impossible to use Amapal.
Oh, is this another one where we just have to clear out all three of these?
You're only realizing this now. At this rate, you'll be a grandpa before you stop being a rookie.
Perhaps you will improve in the next life.
I'm trying my best in this life.
Interesting. Alright, I'm just going to assume that we have to clear all of them out again. Because I still think that I'm right about what I'm saying. I think if the culprit, like, waited in the decontamination airlock until the toxic went off and got shut off, then they'd be safe to go to the next room. Then they could just watch Amapal solve the pattern thing,
Well,
follow
that's
behind,
exactly what it sounds
and then when Amapal hits the button, you run in.
For example, what if it was already programmed to kill the doctor on site?
Alright, so like, this is so clearly wrong.
Maybe there were two controllers, and the culprit was controlling it at the exact moment of the crime. If that's the case, then I was the one who brought the murder weapon right to the doctor.
But Yuma, you watched Amapau's camera footage the whole time, didn't you?
We sure did.
You would have seen the moment Amapau murdered the doctor.
Maybe fake footage was being shown instead.
Okay, this is like so far off base. It was like, no way.
Someone could program all that? How convenient! It's like I could do anything!
What do you think of my reasoning, Vivia?
I think it's pretty stupid.
I have nothing to say about it. Besides,
There it is.
yep, I knew it.
You sounded so confident, and you got it wrong! Take responsibility and get us out of here!
Sure thing. Stab the doctor with the knife. That is a no.
That's right! Because of the way Amapau's hands are shaped, it's impossible for it to hold a knife!
It seems like such a basic thing. Like, we should not have to run through this and clear this out. Unless the answer was just neither the whole time. And I'm making extra work for myself. If we have to clear this out as a possibility, that does not really make much sense. Because this should never been seriously considered as a possibility in the first place. Launch the knife? No.
The doctor's corpse had 3 stab wounds, but there was only 1 knife in his body. If it had launched knives at him, there would be 3 stuck in him.
There we go. All right, we cleared that out. I'm glad that we dismissed that as a possibility. Although that would be really hilarious if Amapau was the culprit. Like, what do you do in that scenario? Amapau doesn't really have like a soul to, you know,
Even if Amapau
destroy.
was programmed to move a certain way or display fake footage, if the knife is the murder weapon, then it's impossible for Amapau itself to have been part of the killing.
Your life is nothing but mistakes, Master. You break my heart as your mentor.
Vivia, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just a bit drowsy.
Now?
Anyway, now we gotta do it over. Time to pick a different route, Master.
Okay. I guess either the answer is just gonna be neither, or I just have to clear them all out again. Which I don't think I lost any health doing either of those, so... Like, not from just picking it as a, as an option. Seems like the game wants me to clear all these out. Let's see. If I get dropped into a hallway with, like, 2 doors at the end, I'm just gonna assume that we had to clear them all out. Oh no, this one's different!
There is really the right answer?
Oh, interesting.
Given the process of elimination, that must be it.
Oh, alright, I guess I was just overthinking things.
Amapau's hands aren't designed to hold anything, so it couldn't use the knife to murder the doctor. Which means Amapau wasn't the murder weapon.
Obviously.
And the culprit couldn't have used it as a shield. It can't neutralize the toxic gas, and the high voltage shock would destroy it.
So then, how did the culprit use Amapau?
I think we'll find out if we continue
I still
down
want to
this
hope that I'm
path.
right with what I'm saying. I guess it just doesn't fit the terminology of what they mean as a shield. Oh, well.
That was the wrong answer! Come on, Master!
Alright, so I did have to clear all 3 of them out. And now we're back here.
Huh? We're...
We've been here before. It looks like we've been brought back.
But the door we opened earlier is closed again. Why's that?
Yeah, I wonder why.
Oh gosh, what do we have now? Where was the culprit before the crime?
Huh? Even the question is the same. Does that mean we gotta do it all over again?
Well, the logic is still sound. There's no other hiding spot for the culprit besides the airlock.
So you want to choose the same answer and keep going?
If you do, you'll just repeat the whole process again.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just be brought back here if we can't figure out how did the culprit use Amapau. And I refuse to walk any more than I have.
Hope you're getting your steps in today.
Hey, don't sit down!
What should I do?
Stand up! Stand up right now!
Stop it. Leave me alone.
If you want me to leave you alone, then help my useless master out!
Fine. Just one thing then.
Wow, we really would just be stuck in this labyrinth forever if not for Vivia.
We're back at where was the culprit before the crime? Because you're stuck at how did the culprit use Amapau?
Mm-hmm.
With that in mind, these two questions are connected.
Yes.
Connected? Both the culprit's location and how Amapau was used?
Help him out more! More!
The culprit was hiding in the airlock, where you also left the robot, right?
Yeah.
At that moment, only the culprit and Amapau were there. So maybe the culprit did something.
That would be really risky. What did they do?
The culprit did something to Amapau?
Clues are always there, right under your nose. It's a detective's job to notice them.
We left the Amapau in the airlock for, like, not that much time. The culprit would be risking us seeing something through the tablet as well. What could they have possibly have done?
Did you notice anything strange back then? Any tiny detail? Try to remember.
Something strange.
Also, no, I'm misremembering. So the Amapau would have been in the airlock by itself for a little bit longer, but the culprit would still have to risk Amapau seeing anything, and I think you can also hear stuff with Amapau as well.
Hey!
I don't remember.
Mention it back then.
Oh, hey, the screen lit up. So this is what Amapau sees.
Uh-huh.
It's like the cockpit of a mecha.
Yes.
Whoa, what was that?
Oh. I don't remember that at all.
Did it break already? I
Oh.
thought it was state of the art.
No, it's alright. It's stabilized.
Huh, but we don't know why that happened.
There was a moment when the camera stopped functioning while I was controlling Amapau. It returned to normal pretty quick, but maybe...
See? I told you it was right under your nose. You don't need any additional help from me.
What does that mean? I don't know what that means.
That was a clue to help solve this mystery?
Actually, everything in this world is a key to solving mysteries. You just haven't noticed them. Perhaps there is more you're overlooking. Was there anything else unusual?
Something unusual. Something I missed.
Anything else? It's not like Amapau's camera showed the culprit.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Wait, that's it!
Huh?
Now that I think about it, wasn't that strange?
What?
The culprit must have gotten ahead of Amapau, but why didn't they ever show up on the camera?
Interesting.
If the culprit went past Amapau to enter the doctor's lab, they would have been spotted for sure.
I don't know about that.
Now that you mention it.
But nobody showed up on camera. How did the culprit manage to pull that off? How can you move from the airlock to the doctor's lab without appearing even once on Amapau's camera?
That door did take a long time to open, though.
Hey, aren't you just adding another mystery?
No. All the pieces are here.
Huh?
Yuma, the mysteries you face now can be solved with a single answer.
Okay.
A single answer?
Sheesh. I talk too much.
Vivi, you might as well just become the main character now. As much as you don't want to. Whoa. Does Amapau's malfunction? Why didn't the culprit appear on camera? How did the culprit use Amapau?
What did you do now? It's a Pandora's box of mysteries!
Let's stay calm and think about it. There's plenty of time.
Is there?
Or not. I'll keep reading while you wrap things up.
Remember what he said, Master. All it takes is one answer to solve these mysteries. Use those weak brain cells of yours and think!
Culprit's location.
Uh-huh.
Amapau's usage. Its malfunction.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't the culprit appear on camera? All this can be solved with just one answer?
With just one answer. One answer. Behind, on top. Oops. I think I said behind. Was that right? That was counting down really quickly. I didn't get a lot of time. Where was the culprit before the crime? Inside? On top? I'm so confused. The culprit did not ride on top of Amapel's head. Like, not, at least not the whole way. Alright, so what? Before the crime was on top of Amapel? Sure. How did the culprit use Amapel? Claiming it as a weapon. Transportation? What? Malfunction. The culprit jumped on it. Sure. Why didn't the culprit appear on camera? On top of the head? What?
The culprit rode on Amapel's head, using it as a method of transportation.
That does not explain the toxic gas. Also, I don't know how voltage shocks work. Would that not also be felt through the floor or not? I like this answer less than what mine was.
With every open door, it will be harder for you to turn back. Are you sure you want to keep going?
Absolutely. I will find the truth no matter what. This is for the Nocturnal Detective Agency.
Okay. Is that why the shoe print was actually there?
Hey, you said the culprit rode on top of Amapel.
Uh-huh.
What did you mean by that?
What did you mean by that?
Literally what I said. The culprit rode Amapel and used it to get through. After we left Amapel in the airlock, the culprit came out of the decontamination device.
Uh-huh. Jumped on Amapel.
Jumped on Amapel's head. The disruption in the footage was from the impact.
That's insane.
Is it? I think it's fairly reasonable. Amapel can withstand up to 100 kilograms of weight.
Uh-huh.
So, someone riding on it shouldn't affect...
I don't want to go too far. I don't want to get to the next, like, unskippable thing. I'm going to end the episode really quick soon.
The shoe print on Amapel's head wasn't caused by someone kicking it.
Yeah, okay.
It was left there from the culprit hopping on and off.
After that, the culprit simply rode on it as it moved toward the doctor's lab.
Alright, this is going to be the line that I ended off on. I trust that this game is not going to simply overlook the fact that there is an entire toxic gas chamber that would not, you know, the culprit would still have to endure that if they simply rode on top the entire way. I don't think the game is going to, like, insult me that much by saying, like, oh, you couldn't have used Amapel as a shield and hidden behind it because it wouldn't stop the toxic gas, but then saying that riding on top would be. So, I'm just saying, if that does end up being the case, then that is absolutely a terrible oversight, but I think the game has earned enough of my trust to make me think that they're not going to leave that out. I don't exactly know how they're going to fix that, because I think there was only one camera malfunction, but I didn't even remember that one, so who knows. But I do think the culprit would have had to get back off and then back on, because again, how you doing the toxic gas stuff? So unless I'm misunderstanding a property of it, maybe it only affects you if you're touching the floor. I don't know. Yeah, that's my only sort of question right now. But I do think that we are getting close. And yeah, we will get closer to solving this whole mystery on the next time. So hopefully you look forward to that. So let me know, but I'll see you on the next time. So till then, peace out.